There we go. Sorry, everyone on Facebook. Not getting the best start there, but welcome. It's so great to have you here. Mums, have you ever stopped to realize that the social media platforms own everything you've built? This is a really important thing to talk about. They own your followers, they decide who sees your content, and they can change the rules overnight without warning, and they do. We are actually their business. So if you've been relying on social media to reach your audience, it's time to take back control. You need to diversify your content and secure your connections. So no algorithm or platform change can wipe out what you've built. Today, I'm going to be sharing exactly how to diversify, not demystify, diversify your content and start an email list so that you own your business assets and the relationships you've worked hard to build. So let's dive in. Well, welcome everyone. It's so great to have you here for Mum with a Side Hustle live call. A big hello to all the mums, the amazing mums in the Zoom room, and then those who are watching us live on Facebook or later on YouTube. Everyone say hi. It's great to have you. Oh, look, here's Rita. Woohoo! The whole gang is together. For those who are watching this, these five amazing women and I are going on a journey this year of building a personal brand in a year in hopefully 3 hours a week. I had thought we should have had a spreadsheet where we log our hours so that we can actually prove that we've been spending 3 hours a week on it. Um, Maybe I'll create something. But anyway, if you're here on Facebook now or later, please drop a comment, say hi. If you've got questions out of what we're talking about, leave them behind, leave them in the comments. Because then I know like what direction these Zoom calls are going to be most helpful for. But yeah, please don't be shy. And especially if you are on YouTube, please subscribe so that we can um, notify you when new videos come up and you can get a whole lot more stuff. And yeah, it'd be great to have you. So, yeah, this week I've been thinking about two really important brand building elements, and we're going to jump into saying hi, and you guys can share something quickly in a second if you want to. But I've been thinking about one, I need to diversify my content. So, in my planning recently, I've been relying heavily on written posts. And I know that reels and videos are really important for social media engagement. And so I've been starting to think about how could I lean more into reels. So I've got a really great idea for us today for taking our written content and moving it into a video. And then I also want to talk about what I shared at the beginning, which was starting to build my email list. And owning my own following. So creating what's called a valuable lead magnet. And Pam has been working on hers for a while, but I'm not sure if the rest of us have something like that. So we're going to talk about it and we're going to learn together. There's just so much good content here. There's actually more than I have time to share today. Like I had a whole lot of information about the steps to creating a whole email list and campaign and like what you should be doing every week. But I think we need to save that for another week. I think if we just start with creating a valuable lead magnet, we're going to be on the road. So yeah, would anyone in the Zoom room like to unmute and just say hi and just say, maybe say, is anything that we're talking about today interesting to you? Maybe there's something I brought up that you're like, yes, I resonate with that, or I need to do that, or I want to learn more about that. But yeah, I'd love if somebody would unmute and say hello to everyone. Rita's unmuted. She's on her lunch, aren't
I
you?
am. I am on my lunch break. Multitasking at its finest. Um, I agree that reels are definitely important and definitely something I need to think about as well. So
It's
that's
like,
my
it's
next
like
step.
another level of vulnerability, I think. Like
Mm,
writing is like the first level, but I feel like showing up on a camera, like
yeah,
I
it's
personally am
hard.
quite comfortable with this frame, but I'm not as comfortable with the full body. Like, here's my
Yeah,
life
yeah,
frame.
yeah. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
just weird doing things to camera. Like I've done a couple things like a year or two ago, and it's just you just feel bizarre. And so I have to say, doing them to camera and like looking them at them back and like editing them is a little bit easier than just going straight live.
Yeah.
Like going live just freaks me out, but We'll get there.
I don't know if the algorithm favors live videos quite like it used to. So if you're worried
Yeah.
about, like, I have to go live, I'm not sure that you have to. I don't know.
No.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that times have changed a little bit. For a while there, Facebook really favored live. I think from what I've heard, TikTok does require some level of live if you really want to grow.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I don't think you need to stress too much about it. It's a
Mm.
great place to learn, I think, going live.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone else have want to say hi and have some feedback about like what we want to talk about today or where you're at with creating reels or videos or creating your own email list? Yeah, Lisa, go for
Hi, ladies. Happy Wednesday. No, we're Thursday.
it. Thursday.
I'm Diversifying. I'm super excited because setting up an email list is one of my goals to achieve by the end of the year. And I know that sounds like a long time that I've given myself, but I have got no foundation. So I'm super excited for today. Thanks.
Cool. Thank you, Lisa. Kieran, were you going to say hi?
Yeah, I thought
I
I'd say
saw
hi.
you.
Um, yeah, so I've never done reels or like live stuff. I've done a couple of videos in the past, but and I tried to start an email list, but I just had so much trouble. I made like a lead magnet, I put it on my website, but then like I try and send emails and it just wouldn't work. Like my whole system was broken. So I'm getting all these people to sign up to my email list and I couldn't do anything with them. And I just kind of gave up, and then I tried to take my I guess capture form off my website because it's like something that would pop up, and I haven't managed to take it off. So it literally just takes you to a page that says, "Hey, sorry, I'm having tech issues and I can't send you anything" or something
Oh
like that. But
no.
it's
The dreaded
crazy.
like
So yeah,
error page,
annoying.
eh? Like it's the worst thing for someone to come across as an error page. They're like, what is this business like?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, I sorry, I can't help with anything you wanted, and I can't even send you the free thing that you just signed up for. And oh my gosh.
I don't know
So
if I'm
yeah,
going to be able to
I
help
have
with your
trouble.
tech problems, Kieran, but I think that
Oh, that's right.
I think that this will still be valuable. You're further ahead. I think it's great to see like where we've all been on the journey. For those who aren't part of this, so this is kind of like our, I don't know, mama tribe who are learning to build a personal brand in a year. And yeah, we're all kind of at different places. We've tried different things, and I think it's really cool as we go through this challenge of building a personal brand in a year, seeing what everyone's kind of slotted in and tried and also seeing where the gaps are. Like I know for me, like this is so great to have a structure for me to follow, to know what to start with, where to go next, what gaps might have come, like for you, Kieran, like you've got a website, you've got a piece of content to offer free, but then the social media side for you is the bit that you really want to build and yeah, is that right?
I think partially the social media and also just making sure the website actually works because, yeah, spending hundreds of dollars a year on something that makes me no money. So, and actually need to have products that people can actually buy, not just, hey, contact me if you want something,
Yeah.
because I just found out people won't actually do that. They need to see a
Right.
price, they need to see a size, they need to be able to click and it sends them an invoice or they quickly go to credit card or something. So, yeah, I have a few glitches in my system and things that I haven't really put through. So, yeah.
Oh,
It's more like a glorified business card as my website.
Hey, it's a good start. It's a good start. Okay, well, let's jump in. And we're just going to start with talking about diversifying our content first. And then we're going to get to the email part. So this is week 7. I have no idea how many weeks this is going to be. The idea was to build a brand in a year. So that's like a long time. Um, but yeah, so this is week 7 of what we've been doing. I think we will get to a point where we just get to maintaining, but we're not there yet. So now that you've built the foundations for your personal brand, you know what's unique about what you offer, you know what social media platforms you're on, you've written your bio, your story. There's actually quite a lot that we've worked on in the last 7 weeks. It's time to start adding some depth by sharing different types of content that highlight both your expertise and your personality. So this is quite important you need to look like a little bit of an expert about what you're doing. That is one way that we actually build trust with people is when they can see that we have some sort of expertise. So here's an idea for us building a behind the scenes video to get direct audience engagement. Okay, so why would we do that? Why would we build a behind the scenes video? People need to connect with people. They don't just connect with a brand. Your audience wants to see the real person behind the business. So it could be mum juggling life or the wins or the struggles, or the moments that make your journey unique. Okay, so what we're doing is we're trying to build trust and reliability. When people feel like they know you, they're more likely to engage, support, and buy from you. Okay, because we're building businesses here and we shouldn't be shy about the buying part. You want to be able to stand out in a crowded space. So your personal experiences and your insights are what set you apart from others in your niche. That's part of your unique value proposition, which we have talked about. And then lastly, it creates like an emotional connection. So people don't just buy products, they buy brands from people they trust and relate to. So sharing something behind the scenes of your life makes you more than just another business and makes you memorable and trustworthy. So that's massive. And like I said, I've been really thinking about how I'm going to do that for myself because I haven't made one yet. And I've been working with my personal assistant, my AI, and I've been coming up with some ideas. So here's some ideas for behind the scenes content. So number one, your work progress. Share how you plan content, organize your day, or juggle business and motherhood. Lisa, you are the queen of these. You've done some really great reels. I just love them. I just want more people to see them. But Lisa did a reel showing her going into what is that place that you make your nut butter? It's like the perfect setup.
Yeah, we bought a property that had like a abattoir. So we transformed it into, well, we didn't even transform it. It was just all there, like peanut butter factory.
Oh, that's crazy. So yeah, Lisa filmed it herself making her peanut butter, like putting it through the machine, labeling. She showed us going through the door and coming back out again and wearing all of her her what do you call that cap that you wear, Lisa? What do you call that? Sanitation? That's the wrong
Yeah,
word.
I was going to say hairnet.
Her hairnet, that's right, to keep the peanut butter clean. To show you, but doesn't that build trust? When I know where the peanut butter is being made, I'm like, whoa, like this girl's a professional. Like I want to buy nut butter from someone who's making it herself as a mum side hustle, but actually is doing it as a professional, like she's doing it professionally. So yeah, two thumbs up for you, Lisa. That was a great video on work progress, great example. Another idea for behind the scenes content is lessons from your week, something that challenged or inspired you and how it applies to your business. I did a post this week that's had really great engagement. I've actually had people messaging me, which has been really cool. But that post that I did, I took a Bear Grylls um, quote and I talked about being vulnerable, showing up online, being raw and real. And a lot of people resonated with that. So I need to lean into that now. And it's a lesson I learned this week. And so I need to take that and somehow make that into a video. So I've had a few ideas. Maybe I can find Bear Grylls talking about it on a video. I've seen reels where someone's talking and then you can video yourself like in the frame. And then you can react as they talk, and you can also add in your own thing at the end. So these are some ideas I've got. I would say the thing that is hard for me, and I would like to hear what it's hard for others. The thing that's hard for me is it's easy right now to plan and write posts. Sitting down and creating videos like that's going to take some learning, and I know it's going to take some time. And I'm like, oh, do I have time to do that? So forging the spaces to make time to learn how to do videos like that is probably my roadblock. Does anyone else have any roadblocks in terms of creating videos? Curious to hear, like Rita, like what's stopping you getting going with making videos?
My one at the moment, because what I would like to be able to do is like film like a getting my face ready type thing in the morning, like either a hyperlapse or like just little clips to do it. And having space that's clear in my house is my because we've only just moved, so still trying to get that all sorted. And having something that's got a reasonable background and a little bit of the time because often I'll get interrupted in the morning with the kids and stuff. So it's that without having to get up like, an extra half an hour early just to try and miss the
Yeah,
kids.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm like, I
yeah.
already have little enough sleep. I don't want to lose more. So it's just those kind of logistics and stuff like that is the
Yeah.
main thing. I've
Um,
got I've got most of the bits I need. Like I've got like a camera mount and I just need to think about
oh,
where I want to mount it.
yeah, cool.
And Rowan had like tripods and things like that. So I've
Yeah.
grabbed some of those things. I've got a little tiny ring light, um, just a little cheap thing from Kmart or something, but that's got like a little holder, like to hold my
Oh,
phone and a ring light
yeah.
on it. So you just go for a little clip
Yeah,
to
you're
put
ready to
onto
go.
something.
Look at you.
So
So it's just thinking through that last part of like how am I
mm,
going to make
yeah,
time and space for this. So
timing. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So actually sitting
yeah.
down and making time for it, not just making time, but
Mm,
like planning a time when you're going to do it, right?
yeah,
Yeah, cool. And then getting other people to support you so that it does happen. That's my
yeah.
biggest like thing is um as a mum, I have great plans, but if I don't get other people to help support my plan, then it often doesn't happen. So I need to like tell my mother-in-law or ask my mother-in-law, can you have the kids for an hour tomorrow so that I can do this thing I need to do for work? Or like with my husband at the beginning of the week, we plan out our calendars because we both work online now. And I'll be like, I have to have this time on a Monday to do my posts. That's what I tell him now. And like whether we've got massive stuff going on or not, I'm like, we cannot compromise. And I love my man because he's like, yes, Alicia, we'll make that happen. And I know Jade, I do want your ideas, Jade, on video making because you've done some great videos of behind the scenes. Would you think that you've done great behind the scenes videos on your life? Because I think you have. Tell us about your process. How do you get time to do those? What does it look like? Do you have your phone out in front of your kids all the time? Like, how do you do
Yes, I do.
that?
I do really to get all that done. And then I just try and make it in CapCut like while I'm trying to put them to sleep or while they're napping and yeah, things like that. Yeah.
So where do you put your camera to film yourself?
Uh, on things.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because I've got this phone that's too thick for most of the tripods and the holders and stuff, so it's super annoying. Yeah, so I just try and see what kind of height I wanted it, and then just like find some books and stuff and
Cool.
try and figure it out. Yeah,
I like that. I like that because you're just like, there's no barriers, right? I'm just going to get this done.
yeah, yeah,
And I know that you have an agreement with your partner about creating time for business. So can you share, would you mind sharing about that since we've
yeah,
zoomed into that topic slightly, not what I planned, but it's still a good thing to talk about.
yeah. So just 2 days a week from 6 to 8 o'clock, I try and I've just said, can I have this time? I'll have dinner ready. You just do the kids, bath them, and just have them ready for bed. And so I'll just lock myself in the office.
Cool.
But I also have to have a list of things I need to get done, or else I'll just like sit here on social
Yeah.
media or
Yeah.
so I've
Yeah.
got to have a list of things, or else I just waste the time. Yeah.
It's hard, eh? Because I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I don't get a lot of time by myself. And so getting time to do my business by myself, it can be hard because I'm like, oh, finally, no one's interrupting me. And all the other lists of things that I have in my head of things I would like to do are like so present. But you're right, like having a plan for those times are
Yeah.
really, really, like really, really important. Lisa, you're learning to ask. I saw your comment there. Do you want to say anything about that?
Yeah, I think that's just been a real journey for me, and it's really only come to the fore probably in the last few months how independent I am. And even when things are tough, I'll just like, oh, I can do it. If no one offers, then I'm not going to ask. And it's just this self-righteousness that needs to be broken down in me. But there's actually people that want to see you succeed, just like what you said, Leash, and it just gives them an opportunity to be that person in your life. So yeah, I'm just learning. Yeah, learning to start asking.
We could dive into why we do feel like we have to be independent, or perhaps we've been disappointed in the past when we've wanted to have things that are important to us and no one has supported us. So we don't ask. Yeah, but let's not go down that road right this second. I think what you guys have shared has been really, really valuable. And I know actually that others in this group have great tips for that too. But let's go back to ideas for behind the scenes content. So work process, lessons for the week, raw and real moments. So a small win, a setback, or a moment of reflection that others can relate to. You could do how you do what you do. So like walk through your process, whether it's creating a product, brainstorming content, or managing business tools. So I'm imagining that could be like a screen capture that like maybe you can start Zoom and then share your screen and then you can actually watch what you're doing. Something like that might be a way to capture how you do what you do if you're like if you were a graphic designer or an artist working on a computer, you could do it that way. I guess you could set up a camera to watch you draw, Karen. I don't know what you've done in the past, but how you do what you do. And then you could do a throwback post. So compare where you were a year ago to where you were today. So there's like, what, 5 great ideas of behind the scenes content that potentially we could all do all of them. You know, you could maybe do one a week. If this was your goal, like this is my goal, is I need to get some more videos, and I think this is the direction I want to go in. So some quick things about the format. With Instagram, Reels, and TikTok, you want a quick, engaging video, like a time lapse of your day, talking to the camera, or overlaid text on a short clip. You can do a carousel post, which is like I'm pretty sure it's just on Instagram, but it's where you've got a series of images that with captions that tell a story. You've sort of seen them where you just flick through them with your finger, like I'm doing right now. Flick through them and they tell a story. I love those. Instagram stories, share snippets of your day with a mix of video and text. I think I do a little bit of this, but I sometimes think, oh, it's boring. I'm out walking. I'm sitting on the couch with the kids while I have a coffee. I have a photo of my dinner. Like, I haven't got a lot of ideas for sharing my day through my story, but it's not the end of the world. And I think doing something is better than doing nothing. A blog post is another way that you could share, what your life is like. So write a longer reflection if you enjoy writing, which I actually do really enjoy writing. I'm going to have books one day, guys, not just a book. There's going to be books. I'm just going to speak that out. And then also like a YouTube short. So YouTube have the shorts now as well. So a 60-second video sharing on an insight or a tip. So that's some options. Okay, so here's an example. So if you're afraid to post about your business because of what others might think, this is me. I'm going to do a post about starting small and focusing on why you're doing it. So from the post I put out this week, and I have done some before actually about what it's like to be posting and putting yourself out on social media and how hard that is to show up in that space and be yourself because you are wondering what are people thinking about you. So I could do a post about, being afraid to show up for your business online. So the idea that I have is like film a short clip of myself hesitating before posting and then hitting share anyway. I could put text over it, like I used to worry what people think, but now I show up because my dreams matter. I wouldn't write that, but I'm going to write a variation of that. I'm just giving you the idea that I generated. I could voice over it or caption it. Mums, I get it. It's scary to put yourself out there, but the people who need what you have, they're out there too, waiting for you to show up. Here's how I push past the fear and share some strategies, and having a call to action. What's one thing holding you back from posting? Let's tackle it together in the comments. So yeah, that's an example of how I could take something that I've got. Maybe I should try and make that specific one. We'll just see. I like to work on things that inspire me. So if that idea doesn't inspire me, I'm going to find another idea till it inspires me because I feel like that gives me the momentum to keep going. But yeah, just for you guys, like remember your authenticity beats perfection, especially if you haven't started doing this. Get out there and do something. That's more important than it being perfect. So share what feels real and engaging to you. So my question is, have you ever thought about doing a behind the scenes video? And what would you include if you made one? Let's have a chat. Pam, have you thought about doing a behind the scenes video?
No.
How do you feel about that idea?
Um, it depends what hat I'm wearing. It'd probably be quite easy for our missionary page.
Yeah.
But you guys have seen in the chat that I've put some thoughts in place about maybe switching over to focusing more on my idea cooker business. I don't even know if I'd call it a business, but I guess it
It's
is.
a business. It's totally, I'm excited for you.
It just feels like a little thing on the side. It will hopefully grow into something bigger than what it is, but at the moment, I guess it's what I have capacity for. Um, yeah, idea cooker. I don't know. When you, as you were talking, the only thing I could really think about was like, which I've already done now, so it's a bit too late, but it would have been cool to do maybe setting up the studio space and,
Yeah,
you
cool.
know, a
Yeah.
little bit of that. I don't know otherwise.
Mm.
Yeah, for that one, I'm not really sure what would be relevant about
What?
my day that would.
Okay, let's take it a different direction. Like, because the whole purpose of creating a behind the scenes is for people to trust you more. So if you think about it that way, what would you want them to know about you to build trust, for them to feel like they trust you, they trust your brand, they trust your product? Is there anything that you think would make you relatable?
Maybe not as far as behind the scenes goes. Like I'd probably be more inclined to like if I was going to an event or something like that that I was excited about, than maybe capturing some of like the process of that. So like how I'm feeling about going and what I'm excited to learn or who I'm meeting with or like
I love
some
that.
of that. That's probably, but yeah, it's just I'm not doing that much in person. Pretty much my whole life outside of it is like spent with my kids, which just isn't that relevant. To yeah.
And I guess this is where it comes down to now creating for the idea cooker, like what your pillars are going to be, right?
Yeah, I guess I have to go right back to that and think about that for the idea cooker. So yeah, I haven't gone that far yet. But yeah, maybe I don't know if I'd share much about the process of creating the content, possibly some thoughts about maybe something I'm having or something I've learned. But yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know
It's
yet.
cool. No, it's exciting. I love that idea you just gave though of like I'm going to this event, sharing your thoughts, sharing what you learned from it. I think that's a really great idea. Just need to find an event to go to, or you have
Yeah.
little
And
businesses.
I'll probably only be doing a couple a year, so it's not going to be something I can do all the time, but
But maybe those are the times you capture content. Because remember, content can be used in so many different ways, so you can capture content of you in the business world and then yeah, and then use it in all sorts of different ways. So an idea I heard yesterday was like wearing this sounds I find this a little bit cheesy, but it might be worth playing with the idea. Like the little mics that you can plug into your phone. They're like little square ones, I think, mostly, and they're little fluffy ones. You can wear that and someone can actually film you at the event having a conversation with someone. I know that I don't know how I feel completely about doing that, but you could have a way of creating some content and then using it multiple ways across the year. Even if you only get to go to 2 or 3 events, you could still do several posts out of
Mm,
all of that. There could be photos, blog entries, written posts, reels, like yeah.
mm.
It would
I've got
definitely make you look like an expert, I would say.
Yeah, hopefully. I've got a friend who's moving back here in June, and he's one of the investors that we work with. Um, so I'll like be getting together with him for some meetings. So I'm going to try and do
Yeah.
um, probably like some longer, like more podcast type of sessions with him.
Awesome.
Um, but yeah, I could probably cut down or do like a little bit of a behind the scenes type of thing with like, oh, we're going to go and catch up. It's been
Yeah,
the first time we've seen
cool.
each other for the last year or so, and we're working on some cool projects together. So maybe just like a little bit of,
Yeah.
something to show you on the inside of
I
something
love
like that.
that. There's
Yeah.
actually an app. I've downloaded it, but I haven't had time to use it yet. You can take a call like this. It's called Opus, and it will cut up clips for you that you can use on social media. And it can add captions and things like that. So there's like a 3 free day trial that I want to use, but I don't want to set it up till I actually have 3 days to use the free trial. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking about doing. So yeah, that might be useful to you.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing, Pam.
And another way you can do things is like put on a different, like if you're wanting to do a whole bunch of stuff on one day, like put on like a different top or a different hat or a different something, so that way it looks like you're on a different day,
Yeah, cool.
but you're not necessarily.
Why do we feel so uncomfortable about that sort of thing? Does it not feel genuine? But then we have no idea that the people we're following are doing that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just
Like
put it out there.
with makeup, they say that they're like do one, like film the whole thing, but like do this little snip and put it like this little bit to, this piece of content over here, do this other one to put it over there, like show how you did your eyes and then show, how you did your lips or something, and like,
Yeah.
but you've done it one time, but you've got 3 bits of content from it
Yeah.
to
Cool.
play with.
That's good.
At the
Jade,
moment, I'm
okay.
in the opposite zone trying to figure out how to look like it's the same day because I'm doing all this filming in the studio and then I'm like, oh, I need to retake this, but it's a different day.
And
So
my
I'm like,
hair looks
how do I do my
different.
hair? And my hair's like crazy. It looks different every single day. So I'm like trying to figure out how to make myself look the same and it just doesn't work. You actually find the lighting and the sound is the biggest thing that you just can't get the same for whatever reason.
Oh, real life, man. Look at us, businesswoman. I love it. Little chat going on. Jade, would you recommend the free version of CapCut? She said yes, but I've recently got the pro version for other features too. That's cool. Karen loves your hair, Pam. These are important comments. Jade wrote, a book you've read and what you've learned. Oh, these are ideas. So a book you've read, what you've learned, a podcast you listen to for inspiration, a short time lapse working on the computer doing some work. Yeah, cool. Awesome. I'm just going to take one moment to check if anyone's commenting on Facebook. Oh no, we're all good. I always get nervous and then I see comments later on that happen live. Oh, so sorry, everyone. My apologies. Okay, let's jump for my love. Okay, so I'm just going to take a little moment here. So for those who are ready to step into your authentic showing up identity and growing a personal brand, I just want to just put an idea out there for you. So I've personally spent 10 years helping women break free from limiting mindsets and step boldly into their true potential. So I've been a qualified registered counselor for a long time, and I've got experience working with hundreds of clients, and I specialize in empowering women to see their own value, embrace their strengths, and this really helps women show up confidently in their lives and in all sorts of areas. So if this is something that's a challenge for you that you really feel like, man, I just could do with a good conversation around this, and you know that it will help you move your personal brand to center stage and grow your online business, I'm here to help you. If you need to unbutton some of the beliefs that have been holding you back, I offer coaching sessions, and we can uncover mindset shifts that you need to make so that you can confidently take action and grow your brand. So yeah, I just wanted to put that in there. If that resonates with you, send me a message. And we can book a call and we can take the next step together. Jade is commenting, yes, it was the best. Yes, Jade and I had a great conversation earlier this week. But yeah, I'm here to support you every step of the way. And that's my particular skill set, is actually the way we think and see our lives, the way we tell the stories about our lives, and helping us restory and bring in things that we have forgotten about ourselves, or evidence that we actually already are able to do so many things or think about ourselves a different way. So yeah, there's an offer for you guys. If anyone thinks that that would fit for them, then pop me a message. I don't have a website for this yet. I do have a counseling website, but if you want to have some coaching, then just pop me a message and I'm here to help. Okay, so let's dive into owning your own email list. If you've been relying solely on social media to reach your audience, it's time to take back control, mum. You need to diversify your content and secure your connections, because you don't want an algorithm or a platform change to wipe out what you've built. So here's some reasons why you want to build an email list. Number one, you want to own your audience. We've talked about this several times. Social media platforms can change, but your email list is yours. Number two, you're going to get higher engagement rates. So emails actually often get a higher visibility and response rate than social media posts, especially because you don't, and I heard this again on a podcast this week, you think that everyone is seeing all of your content. Well, that's not actually true. Okay, they're getting pockets of it here and there. You are creating this whole beautiful story that you think everyone's seeing, but unless they actually go to your page and go through all your posts, which you do that occasionally, but you don't do that for everyone. You might do it once, but you may not go back. So yeah, you're going to get a higher engagement rate from emails. You can do better with sales and conversion. So subscribers are more likely to buy from you because they already trust you. So people who are staying on your email list, people leave, that's all good. And then better targeting. You can segment your list to send it to the right people, the right content to the right people. So depending on how they've come into your email list, you can actually have segments. So I'm going to quickly give you an overview of how to build an email list, but we're going to zoom down into creating what's called a valuable lead magnet. Okay, so here's just a quick overview, and I'm going to take us deeper into this next week. But you're going to want to choose an email marketing platform. And there are I have some ideas. I haven't personally looked into these, so just know that you need an actual platform for that. Right now, I have a Google Sheet, so don't let anything stop you. If you need to start somewhere, start with a Google form and a Google Sheet. Google Forms are free. You can create it. It's very, very simple. Just look up how to do it if you don't know, and then it transfers it to a Google spreadsheet. So that's a beginning. And then you need to create a valuable lead magnet. So it's a freebie that people want, and we're going to work on that today. You need to set up an opt-in form, so like a landing page to collect people's emails. If you are just doing it really, really simply, you can do that with a Google form as basically a landing page. You want to promote it everywhere. So social media content, like collaborations, you want to get that out there. I've been trying to do it in a very simple way. Some of my posts, I've given away a few little freebies. It's on the YouTube links. I've popped it in a few places. But I definitely need to work on a strategy specifically for this, and maybe we can go deeper into that next week. You want to have some sort of welcome email when someone signs up to that email list, and then you need to stay consistent with valuable emails, so engaging your audience weekly, whatever you can do. I mean, the professionals are sending multiple emails a week, but look, we've got 3 hours, so what can we achieve in 3 hours? We can achieve a lot more than we realize. Okay, so let's just zoom in to creating a valuable lead magnet, because I think this is actually the first step in attracting people. Yeah, spamming is annoying, Pam. And it leads to unfollowing. Personally, I'm quicker to unfollow the ones who send me heaps and heaps of stuff, but I don't know. There could be statistics on this that I don't know. Yeah, you'll learn. And you never read them. That's right. Okay, so why would you build a lead magnet? I love explaining why we do things before we do them. If that's helpful for you, drop in the chat, thank you. And then I'll know that you like learning about the why. So a valuable lead magnet, like your freebie, is an irresistible free offer that attracts your ideal audience and encourages them to join your email list. Okay, so here's what makes a lead magnet effective. Number one, it solves a specific problem. Your audience should instantly see how your lead magnet helps them. For example, I could make one that is how to stay consistent with your business in just 3 hours a week. Okay, that speaks directly to mums who are struggling with time. Personally, that's not the direction I want to go with Mum with a Side Hustle. I think there's heaps of people out there who help people with their time. I don't know if that's what I want to do. I think my specific area is like mindsets and courage and like stepping boldly. I feel like that's something that I really can speak into the space of. And so I will create something around that. You guys all get to get it when you want it. You're already on the email list. Okay, so number one, solves a specific problem. Number two, it's quick and actionable. So people want fast wins. Your guide breaks down an easy to follow system so they can take action immediately. Okay, number three, relatable and engaging. Your tone makes readers feel seen and understood. It's not just advice, it's encouragement tailored for mums balancing life and business, if that was what I was going to do. Number four, professionally designed. So you want a beautifully designed freebie like Canva. You can actually ChatGPT creates in Canva for you now, which is a new feature. But that enhances the perceived value and makes it shareable. You can also, I did read about this week. You can do both. You can actually give them like a Word doc version if it's something that they could insert their own information on, but you can also give them like a PDF that looks beautiful. So don't feel like it has to all be super beautiful. But yeah, you may also want to give them a version that they can edit for themselves. And then lastly, you want it to connect with your offer. Number five, connect with your offer. So your lead magnet should naturally lead into your paid offers or community. So your guide would invite them into your Facebook group, email list, and engagement challenges. And then you could add a call to action, like at the end of it. So here's some tips on what makes a great lead magnet. It's going to solve a specific problem for your audience. Okay, what is the specific problem you solve? It's going to be quick and easy to consume. It's not going to be massive, so it could be a checklist, a short guide, a template, something like that. It's going to be visually appealing and valuable to your ideal customer. And it's going to lead naturally into your offers. Okay, so that's what's going to make a great lead magnet. And I have some ideas for people in this group, specific ideas. So maybe mine would be how to stay consistent in your business in just 3 hours a week. I have been working on that one, but we'll just see. So that could be like a simple weekly plan to help people stay on track. Lisa, I got some ideas for you. So for a nut butter business, you could do 5 delicious and easy recipes using nut butter. You've probably thought about that already. Or like a recipe guide with both healthy and indulgent ideas. Rita, I thought I looked up some for you. So makeup, a 5-minute makeup, like 5-minute makeup looks for busy mums. Doesn't have to be a PDF. It could be a video. It doesn't, like, the content that you give doesn't have to be in one format. It could be whatever works for your genre, your niche, what you're doing. And yeah, so you can deliver it in different ways. So there's some ideas. I didn't look up everyone, sorry, but you can do that for yourself. You just need to go to an AI tool and be like, help me create a valuable lead magnet, and it will help you create a valuable lead magnet. It could even create it for you, but I think it's so much better. I think it's so much better to have your own voice in there. Pam, this is such a good question. Do you want to unmute and chat about that? No,
Only if it's helpful for the conversation.
I think it's definitely helpful. So just maybe share what you're creating and how you think it fits in as a lead magnet.
Man, I really struggled to figure out the best content to put in it. Basically, it's like a taster of the idea cooker. Though in the idea cooker, we dive a lot deeper into specific topics. We don't necessarily cover all the same things, so it's kind of additional content as well. But I wanted to create a resource that was really helpful for like an aspiring entrepreneur to answer some of the big questions they have, like how do I fund my startup? Should I go solo, or what does it look like if I want to bring on co-founders? Purpose. So looking at, what do I feel my God-given purpose is, and do I feel like this business idea I have actually aligns with that? And then just an overview of what the idea cooker is all about. So just diving a little bit deeper into that. So it's 5 sessions. They're just 6 minutes each. But there's like 3 different templates and it's very rich. So I've invested quite a lot into building it. I'm wondering if it's too much.
Yeah, and so the reason I wanted you to unmute is because we've gone back and forth discussing this a little bit, you and I've often wondered, like, is that too much value? Should there be something else first? So, do you know what a value ladder is, Pam?
Mm.
Do you want to speak to what you know about that? Or like, so in my head, a value ladder is something free, something low cost. And then like there might be, I don't know how many steps there's meant to be in a value ladder. I don't know if there's like 3 or 4, but basically your value ladder goes from free to your big offer. So like, do you think that like, yeah, talk about your business idea, your idea cooker, and how you think that looks in there.
I'm not really sure. Originally we wanted to do, and we may still do, a full-blown accelerator program, which would be the high ticket.
Yeah.
That's like, that would be $7,000. Whereas the idea cooker, we want to get it to the point of probably being closer to the $1,300 mark,
Yeah.
US dollars. I haven't thought about whether we should have something lower than that, but at the same time, I guess I don't want to hold back in putting like valuable free content out there. And while it does cover a lot, it gives you, as a new entrepreneur, just a general understanding. It's not like you can't take away and practically do that much with it, but it will definitely inform some decisions that you need to make. So I don't feel like I'm teaching someone like, here's one amazing tool, let's dive into the practicality of how to use it. Like, I haven't gone that deep on anything. And so maybe if I did something more in the low ticket space, I would want it to be something really practical, I would think. But I don't know, maybe, and maybe it's also just a journey where, like, when you're at the beginning of building trust,
Yeah.
kind of need to put more value out there than if you're someone who already has a name for yourself.
Yeah, and that's definitely something that like the research has taught me, is that that giving people heaps of value is really important. I'm mulling on a thought as you're talking, like sometimes we can have like I've been thinking a lot about Mum with a Side Hustle, right? Like all of the content I've been creating is totally free, and now it's on YouTube, it's also free. And I at first thought I should hold back a little bit because otherwise people can just take all the free stuff and they'd never buy anything from me. But what I've realized is that if I package part of my content into a course, then they can actually purchase that course, if that's a part of my value ladder, like maybe the Courage to Rise course. I haven't created it yet, but like that course, the Courage to Rise or Women Who Rise, that course, yes, you could go watch all my old Facebook videos and you could see that. But if you decided that you wanted to buy the course and systematically go through it and have lifetime access to it, then I believe that I can still package it and you purchase it. Even if I've given it away free, I still think that there's value in doing that. What do
Yeah.
you think about that idea?
Yeah, I agree with that. I think, especially when you're doing this type of content and sharing it live, or, putting it on YouTube, or, making it free, you have to sit through hours and hours to actually get all the nuggets.
Yeah.
Whereas when you package something into a course, it's like it's quick fire, you're straight to the point, and that's what people want to pay for. Is like, cool, I've connected with this person, and I've heard that they obviously understand some things and have some value to offer. So now I want to pay so that I can just go deep and actually practically outwork in my business, or whatever it is that they're doing.
Yeah. That's so good. This is a really valuable. Who's getting some value out of this particular conversation? Yeah. Has anyone got questions they want to add into it? I don't know if I'll have the answers, but I still think having a question might be a valuable way to bring other things to the surface.
Or someone else might have some feedback too.
Yeah, like ideas that you've had or value ladders. Who's heard of a value ladder? No. Okay. Yeah, and I was specifically thinking, Pam, about like Lisa's Nut Butter business and Rita and Jade, with their network marketing businesses. I was specifically thinking about like how they do that online engagement, what they're giving away free, how they scale other parts of their business. I did share in the group. Did anyone see in our group chat? I shared this amazing account. I talked about this last week, of this woman. I don't even know her name. It's gone out of my head, but she lives in Waipu, which is north of Auckland, and she has a knitting shop. And she specifically loves to teach people, and she sells kits for making merino products. Who had a look at that account? And I just thought it was so brilliant because what I loved about it was she gets to have her shop, which she loves, in a very small town. So I don't know how much money that shop really makes, but she's built this online business. In fact, I found out that her and her husband have actually also created another business that sells kids togs, swimming wear, really bright colored, long sleeves, long legs swimming wear. And so they've also kind of created that on the side. And I just thought, man, what cool businesses they're creating. So yeah, I don't know why I told you that story. But that's why, because physical product businesses can do this too, is what I wanted to say. So all your income doesn't actually have to come just from selling peanut butter. And I hope that it doesn't, because I think that that will limit you. I think, Lisa, you've got a lot to offer. Rita, you've got a lot to offer. Karen, Jade, Pam, you've got a lot to offer. And so please don't limit yourself to your physical product. All the things you learn along the way will become something that's scalable, sellable, a value ladder. It's just trying things out, for you, Rita. Yeah, I don't know what do you think when you're hearing this? What is it bringing to the surface for you today? Are you like, how would I do that? Or I just want to sell my makeup? Or what are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what else I could add in, but I have to have a think.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see why that would be a challenging transition. Jade, are you with us? Because I think this relates to you as well. Obviously, you really want to be front and leading. But what do you think about this conversation? What do you think? Oh, we lost her. Oh no, she's there. Yay. What do you think about this conversation? She's unmuted.
I was just doing lunch. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Ask me the question again.
Okay, so we're talking about a value ladder. So
Yes.
I'm saying if you have a physical product business, you are not limited to just making money that way. You can actually create
Mm.
an offer through like your stay-at-home mums page. As that grows, as that brand grows, you might actually create other offers that also produce income and feed into your business. What do you think about that idea? Is that like too much for right now, or?
No, that's clever, and that's what we all should be doing. Yeah.
Cool. I'll let you make lunch, but we might circle back to that idea for you one day.
Yeah, cool. I've already been thinking about that as well. So
Cool.
yes.
Have you got any ideas? Would you want to share your ideas or not yet?
No, but it'll be some sort of something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Not my business or my products, but something else created from being in a community of like-minded women.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I like you can unmute and make lunch if you can mute and make lunch if you want to. I'm just going to share something. Like my husband and I went for a walk with the family this morning and we were discussing. I keep getting all these ideas from Mum with a side hustle, but that's like the coolest place to be in. Is like constantly the energy around this for me is so exciting. The passion zone is obviously like dialed in. But I love that I've started this thing that didn't have it had a dream and a purpose, but didn't have like a one goal. It had like its open goal. And so right now I'm still like creating and figuring out, and like I'm so thankful that you guys are on the journey with me. Um because I have people I can talk to about it. But like yeah, the opportunities are unlimited. So Kieran and Lisa, do you guys have anything you want to add here? Like Kieran, what is your freebie? Or Lisa, what are you, maybe you can go after Kieran, like what are you thinking about what you might offer to get people into your email list? So let's start with Kieran.
I think my freebie is like a one-page PDF on like how to create the art that you imagine. So it kind of just goes through like the idea to how to actually flesh that out a bit and actually end up with a finished painting that looks good at the end.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have created that and it is beautiful. A work of art in itself, but it's yeah, so I've got that and then yeah, you're talking about like the small like what do you call it, value ladder, like the small thing
Yeah.
that people can
Yeah, like
buy
the
and then it goes up to big
free
things like
one. Yeah.
yeah, so I wanted to do like a big course and then I'm actually thinking actually I'll break it down into smaller courses first. And what I was actually working on yesterday, because I had a headache so I wasn't going to work on the bus, but I actually started working on just I want to design a coloring book for Christians who, it's like coloring in scriptures, but it's got beautiful like line drawings around it, like of nature and animals and things like that. I've just seen a lot of people really love that kind of thing, but it's all just floral flowers. And I'm like, it's missing so many animals and so much other beautiful stuff that you could actually put in, not just a border of flowers on every single page. So yeah, I started creating that yesterday and
But
just
that could be your freebie.
I think it'll probably be my low offer. So I'm looking on Etsy. You can sell like a single page for about $5 if you want to, and
I
people
don't
buy
think
it, or
there's
maybe
anything,
$10 or
I personally
yeah.
don't think there's anything wrong of giving it away free and selling it on Etsy.
Mm, could do that.
I'm putting that out
Yeah,
there.
I could
You
give
can
a few, oh,
disagree.
there was one I was thinking I could give away for free. And so
Okay, what
yeah, but
about
I
you,
eventually
Lisa?
I was thinking, sorry.
I'm sorry, finish what you're saying. I interrupted you.
Okay. I was thinking of like making like an entire coloring in book, but then I'll just end up with a whole lot of issues. Like if I want to print through certain companies, like the paper's not going to be that great, and what people want is something that's really good quality paper, and it can be pulled out or framed. It's not double-sided, etc., etc. So, but then I started seeing that people were selling digital files that people could just download. Maybe it's a couple dollars a picture or something, and you can just pick which ones you want. So, and then they can print it out or they can trace it or they can do whatever. So I'm thinking about that. I'm just working on how to actually make that happen.
You're just like the idea queen. Okay, quickly, we're going to go to
Okay.
Lisa because it's like 1 minute to two. Lisa, thoughts?
Well, recipes, I don't know. I actually don't really know.
Um, you want to do this though, right? You want to create something alongside peanut butter? It's not just peanut butter, it's nut butter, Alicia.
I have to have a think.
Sorry, say that again.
Yeah, I'll have to have a think. I'm just,
Hmm.
yeah, not sure.
Lisa, how far are you guys like off the main road? Are you on a route somewhere?
Yes, I'm right on the main highway, so I can see the traffic right now from my kitchen. I'm in the no, I'm not in the middle, but I'm on the Napier Taupo Highway, so between
Oh
Napier and
yeah.
Taupo.
Because I reckon like one thing that my family are beekeepers, so kind of in the same world as you in terms of producing a spread. Um, but they've looked into like, and there's a few of them around the country, I think, that do this, but where it's like you get to look into the beehive and like see how the honey's made and stuff like that. And so that was something that one of my brothers was looking into creating something like that. But people like you can kind of create experiences around that kind of thing, like how it's made and, you know, have a little like it's like when people stop at a winery and you get a cheese board and you get the wine tasting and like that kind of thing. I don't know if that's something you guys have ever thought about doing something like that.
Yes, my husband and I have been dreaming. I won't go into all the details now. That's for another time. But yes, we have been thinking way outside the square. So cool. Thanks, Pam.
Oh, I love
Exciting.
that. I love that, Lisa.
You have
But
to tell
let's,
us next time.
yeah, and let's get your email list built, Lisa. So you can tell people about this experience that you one day will create. Oh, well, thank you so much, everyone. I think this has been one of the most engaging, valuable calls. I know that I've learned so much from every one of you, and yeah, I'm super grateful that we're on this journey together. So, as I do every week, I want to remind you that each of you have a superpower because of the season that you're in. When we face limits in life, they're actually invitations to transform into something even greater. Yes, we have to figure out how to build our dreams while mothering, but I truly believe you'll be a better mum when you follow those small ideas and passions that light you up. It doesn't have to be much, and sometimes we have to educate those in our world on how to support us and why our dreams matter. But one day they will turn around and see that we've become an inspiration and a blessing to them. So, mums, whatever you're facing, whether in your parenting, your business, your relationships, let's be women who see challenges and rise. Drop in the comments what you got out of this call. What did you love? What other questions do you have? And we'll be here same time, same place next week. See you later.